Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to KT Garage. In this video, I'm going to show you the process of how to get 40-inch tire on your Jeep JK. There's quite a process to it. You can't just simply place 40-inch tires on them and drive them. There's a lot of changes that you need to make to the car, and I want to make sure that you guys fully aware before you decide to put these huge tires on it. Jeep looks great, and this is the final version of the Jeep. This is what I had envisioned, and I built just like the way we want it. This is basically a wreck vehicle total. We bought it, great prices, and then me and my daughter actually rebuilt it almost from the ground up to this configuration. So in this video, I'm gonna go through all of that process with you guys, show you step by step on what I've done, how to get to this point of the build. And as long as you follow the step-by-step process, you should be able to build something like this. It's not hard, it's just very tedious, and it's going to take some time to get it done through. So check out the videos. I'll show you from day one on how this has been built, and then the process of building it, and then how it looks today. It was hit in the front end, and we already did most of the repair. It was hit on this side where the frame was bent a little bit, so we had a collision shop pull it back. I did a little bit of patching here, trying to get the geometry to go back to where it should be. Do bumper like everybody else. I had to replace like the majority of what's up here. You can see it's all new. The radiator, the condenser, the oil cooler, all that stuff, fan, everything up here was kind of busted. So we got a good deal on it, so it's okay. We can afford to redo all this. This piece is new. We're at the point where I want to document the process of getting the 40-inch tires on here. That's probably the most important thing, and that's probably what you guys wanted to know how I did it. You ever trying to attempt to do something like this? Did quite a bit of research. We'll go through some of the things that I'm about to do. Before that, as far as the interior, the airbag was deployed. We put in new airbags, driver and passenger seat. Airbag controller, it sits inside the console, so we had to pull that and send it out for a reprogram. So that's not too bad. Collision didn't affect anything back here, so just took the wheels off, getting things ready for the lift and everything else to make the 40-inch tires fit. We went ahead and got rid of the old bumper, of course. It was ugly. Took off the license plate thingy over here, put in a little adapter here. This is for it's a bottle opener. It's kind of cool. I got rid of the rear spare tire mount. I really don't want to mount a 40-inch tire back here. It's just massive and it doesn't look right. Something wrong with a tire. I guess we're just gonna have to call a tow shop. So the fender, these are really cool. This is actually solid steel. Same thing for the front. I haven't put that on yet. These you actually can stand on it. It's solid, like I don't know, 3/16-inch thick or something. It's really cool. Very reasonable price. Got it from Amazon. Got in the fender put in and everything. So everything here is stock so far. So yeah. So let's look through some of the options that we're about to do here. The rear end is a Dana 40, and it's not going to take the use of the 40-inch tires. I'm going to remove the axle, just get it off the truck, and I will get it to a shop where they can go change the gear ratio. So they're going to re-gear that to make it work for the 40-inch tires. I forget what the gear ratio was, but anyway, I'll share all of that with you guys when we get into that details. I ordered a 4.5-inch lift, so we're gonna go ahead and get that done. So that's what's coming up next, and then of course the axle is not going to be strong enough. So after it's been re-geared, Sam shop is going to have to put in the sleeve on the inside of the tube to make it stronger. And I'm not sure if it needs to have the gusset plates. I guess that's only for the front. The rear, there might be some bracing that they're gonna put on. I'll go through those options with the shop and see what they recommend. For the front, I guess a Dana 30, and absolutely this needs to be upgraded. You can see it's like really flimsy. So this need a Gusset plate. I guess it's gonna be welded somewhere here to make it stronger, and then it's gonna get the braces at the top, and of course it's gonna get the sleeves on here to make the entire axle stronger. The front end needs a lot of work. Of course it needs to be re-geared as well. Yeah, a lot of work needs to be done here, so I'll document the whole process so you guys kind of get an idea of what needs to be done to throw those 40-inch tires on there. I'm gonna go ahead and start removing rotors, calipers, all that stuff. The end goal is just try to get the differentials out, axle, the entire thing out to the shop so they can start doing re-gear and do all those modifications. I could do it. It's just I'm at the point where I have way too many projects, and that's gonna set me back like a month because there's a lot of work to be done to re-gear it and get it to properly install. So go ahead and get that done. Yeah, so this is where we at. You guys for the updates in a few weeks. So I got the rear end pretty much disassembled. I didn't go, I'm not gonna show the whole process because there's a lot of videos online that show you how to remove the axle. I'm just gonna go quickly over what I did, and then just so I can save some time. You guys don't need to rewatch everything. So basically, the axle is right there. I jacked it up using a jack. I start removing the brakes component, the linkage, the back bar, all that stuff been removed. And then of course the emergency brake cable. These are quite easy to take them out. You just kind of just tilt this a little bit and then pull them out. So brakes components are right here. Everything's going to be reused. It's part of the drum emergency brakes right there. I pulled the axle and put on jack stands. Really easy to take them out too. There's 4 bolts. And as soon as you take this 4 bolts, you should be able to just pull the axle right out. And it's got the spline back here. It's going to drip some oil, so I'm sure you get a pan or something in place. So pretty much that's all disassembled, and I laid them in order of, you know, where the parts came out of. So this is the rear passenger side stuff. It's over here, and then of course send this to the shop and have them re-gear. I don't think they need to do anything to this Dana 40 except for just re-gearing it to a 518 or something like that. Same thing on this side. I gather all the components and put it over here. Very simple process. We'll hang up the caliper. And I have new old control arm, the adjustable one that's going to go on. But I want to get this out of the way so I can take it to the shop and start having them working on re-gearing. I'm starting to work on the front side. Again, I'm probably not going to show you guys step by step since a lot of people already have these kind of videos. So I'll just show you guys when I get all this done with the axle out of the Jeep. I finally got the axle housing back from a place. I had this complete housing done from a vendor instead of getting it done myself. I could have done it. It would just take too long, and I want to get this done quick. This place in Houston is called Four Wheel Parts. They do all kinds of off-road applications. So they did a great job on this. Actually, I had 3 things done: the strength to the housing in order to throw those 40-inch tires on them. First upgrade they did was the Gusset plates, and so this gets welded in, so it provided the additional strength that's needed. I also have ball joint upgraded. This is aftermarket ball joint. Let's see what else. Trusses. So these are the trusses that welded right onto the tooth to make the housing stronger. Last thing is the sleeves, axle sleeve. You can see the sleeve right here get welded on. They provide additional strength. So all of this should handle the 40-inch tires to be able to do some light duty rock climbing, things like that. You can see this thing is pretty much standing on its own right now. Just in the process of reassemble everything. I have a new brake kit that's you guys can see later. Those are actually bigger brake caliper and rotors to handle the bigger tires. Yeah, pretty simple install so far. All I've done so far is the put load and control arms and the shock absorber. Now, a kit that I got from Rough Country, that's supposed to be a relocation bracket. I couldn't find it, so I just put it in a stock location, but it's supposed to like bring this out just a little bit. Probably have to call them up and see where it is. These upper and lower control arms are aftermarket. You can see these are much bigger. Those are upgraded for road use. You can see these are adjustable. They're fully adjustable upper and lower. And so I should be able to get this thing dialed in the way I want it. So that's that. I'll take a quick walk to the other side of my shop. Here's a Humvee chassis that I'm working on. It's a different project. So these are some of the other steering system that I bought as an upgrade for the 4-inch tires. You can see here is the drag link right there. Tie rods. These are huge, so like a lot bigger than the stock ones. And then down there you can see the stabilizer. That's also gets upgraded. Hi, Rick. And this is where we're at. Hi, Ricky. I will give you guys further updates, get more done here. Shop only had the front end done. The rear one, they're still waiting for parts to come in. Hopefully it'll come in within the next week or two. One thing I forgot to mention is that they also did the re-gear, the ring and pinion. It is now a 513. I was told that those are good for the 4-inch tires to be able to drive on the highway. See how it goes. Got a little bit more done. Thought I'd give you guys a little bit more updates. So I got the knuckles on, and basically you just like bring it up into these two ball joints and just torque them up 65 foot-pounds, and then after that you just push this drive shaft through. It should come right through. So there we are. I got the shock and spring, all that stuff in. Torqued all the upper and lower control arm bolts, so those are on. So the process of getting drag link here, let me get this side. Let me see if I can get this my terminology right. So this should be the drag link that goes up there, and then this should be the track bar. So the track bar is keeping the entire axle center. When I purchased this piece and this piece, is called a steering system. It comes with a flip ball joint. So when you flip it, it actually changes the angle of this drag link, and it does cause a problem because now what happened is you're supposed to have this angle, the drag link and the track bar angle has to be like the same when you're at ride height. That way you don't have bump steer problem when you hit a bump or while you're steering. Death wobble, stuff like that is gonna stop that from happening. But when you flip this, that means that you change the angle, you raise this one side, so this angle again is smaller. On the lift, supposed to have a go on this side again. Forgot the terminology for this piece. So anyway, they have a drop one. I think it dropped about 4 inches. I'll show you this right here. I had that thing on. It comes with a lift kit. I ended up having to take it out and put the original back on because that will raise this side up and getting my angle to match again. So when you get a 4-inch lift, make sure whether you're gonna get this he's designed to be flipped to go on top of knuckle, and that makes a difference because it changes the angle. It's just like it's a big waste of time. I have to install and remove this piece here, that piece. Let's see what else is going on. Everything else is it's pretty basic. On this side, the lift kit comes with a raised bracket where you raise the track bar up. So I had that on, and that should, you know, match up with this angle pretty good, except for that fiasco that this thing is flipped. So other than that, everything fit quite well. I got the stabilizer bar. Stabilizer. It's like a shock absorber. And the instruction will tell you how to get it installed and centered. Got those on. On this side, the installation, putting the hub back and get it all torqued up. It's literally like just 3 bolts back here. And then you get the dust shield back. After that, you put this main nut on, torque it to 100 foot-pound. That's all it takes. The big brakes, these aren't too bad. I think I paid like maybe $700-800, something like that, for the entire kit, front kit, including the 2 calipers and rotors. It's a 14-inch, I believe. So they are a lot bigger than the stock ones for sure. So for 40-inch tires, this is a must. You can see how small the stock caliper is compared to this big bad boy. These should fit 17-inch tires. That's what we have. That's where we're at this point. It's going pretty smoothly, except for that little fiasco on that other side that I have to. Oh yeah, that thing is called pitman arm. So that pitman arm is a royal pain to take them off, and that's the procedure to do that. And you need a tool for that. And I ended up putting it on, taking it back out. So other than that, it's going well. You guys for the updates when I get the other side done, and maybe put the big tires on here and see what the ride height is going to look like. I got one tire mounted so far, just about to do the other one. I think we already talked about most of these components and, you know, some of my problems getting it in. But anyway, the only thing that I left out is this track bar right here. And we're gonna have to lower the vehicle down to the ground on its own weight, and then we'll have to make adjustments on that, make sure everything is nice and straight. Yeah, everything fit really well. I had the calipers installed and paint them. I think yellow might look nice, give it a nice touch. Those are 14-inch brake kit rotors, and I think the rotor is actually exactly 14-inch. And then the calipers to go with that. 17-inch rims, and it fit really nicely in there. So probably can see a little bit better on this side what the setup looked like. So there we go. Just about to get them on. When all the tires get put in, I'll go ahead and put the drive shaft on. Right now we're just gonna leave it as is. The rear is completed. It's really straightforward. Get your upper and lower control arm on, torque them up, get the spring on, and then you'll be attaching your shock to pull the jack the spring up, attach your shock, so that way it will retain in there. The same thing, the track bar back here I did not here because it's not aligned right now with the car being off the ground. We'll get that bolt back on when it's lowered with the tires. We'll go ahead and put the drive shaft on using the factory drive shaft for now. The thing I encountered was a problem with the parking brakes. Not sure if we can see it from here, but the hanger, you can see those these two hangers right there. I have to pop them out of the hanger to get things to fit. So and the kit doesn't come with a drop hanger. So I'll be fabricating something simple for that. I still need to hook up the parking brake cable to this right here, that shouldn't be too bad. That's the only thing left to do. Just a shot from the back. And this side is the same way. Then the drop kit right there for the brake lines. They have that, but they just don't have the parking brake drops. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get that parking brake hooked up and then put the tires on. The Jeep looks amazing, very tall. Just enough to clear the tires and do some real nice rock climbing without rubbing too much. So here we are. From our back, you can see it's got real nice stands. All you need to do is just a real good alignment. Gotta bring it to a four-wheel parts store nearby and have them do a complete alignment. It's gonna be quite a bit of things to do. I align it pretty straight right now to drive there, but they're gonna have to do the detailed alignment, get all this adjustable control arms adjusted. But for the time being, it's looking good and it rides really nice too. One thing that I had to do was reprogram everything, and you can buy this thing called Super Chips. And you can just reprogram the gear ratio and the tire size, just so it doesn't put you on limp mode. But here's the interior, nice and clean. My daughter and I drove around, got up to about 45, 50, something like that around the neighborhood. We haven't registered this thing yet, so gotta get it registered before